Hey, how's it going? This is Coach Chris here, and on today's episode of the Knighton Runs Podcast, I'm going to be sharing with you a sample chapter from the new audiobook edition of Run Faster Marathons, The Proven Path to PR. I released my book, Run Faster Marathons, in paperback and Kindle about 2 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. But I never got around to recording the audiobook version until this spring. I'm really excited to have finally done this, and it's set to be released in early March 2024. I read the book myself, and if you enjoy listening to my podcast, I think you'll really enjoy listening to my rendition of the book as well. So here I want to share with you Chapter 4 from Run Faster Marathons. It's one of the chapters that I'm most proud of, and it's titled, How to Improve Your Running Form Naturally. If you enjoy this sample chapter, then be sure to check out the full audiobook version of Run Faster Marathons. It'll be available for sale on Amazon.com, Audible, and on iTunes in March of 2024. All right, so without further ado, let's get to it. Chapter 4, How to Improve Your Running Form Naturally. Do you run with good form? What is good form, anyway? In this chapter, we will dive into some of the most frequent questions I get asked as a running coach about improving your running form and dispel some of the myths out there about it. The good news is that for distance runners, your natural running form is probably the best one for you. Forcing changes into your form in most cases is not necessary. Instead, you should naturally improve your running form over time by incorporating training techniques and practices that promote good form. We all run a little differently. Take a look at any group of runners going along, and you will see all different styles of running form. Some athletes run with faster cadence, while others run with less frequent steps. Some have bounding strides and high heel lifts in the back, while others seem more like they're shuffling along, barely lifting their legs off the ground. Every runner is unique. There is no one correct form that is universal for all athletes. This is because the way that you run as an individual is formulated over your entire lifetime of unique movement patterns. Distance running is one of the simplest of all sports from a technical perspective. Success in running performance relies on aerobic strength, smart tactics, and listening to your body throughout training. Distance running does not rely nearly as much on technical excellence as it does in other sports such as sprint running or swimming. Therefore, discussions on running form for distance runners do not need to be overly complicated. Your best running form is typically the one that feels most natural and efficient to you. Does foot strike matter? Not as much as some would make you think. The three types of foot strikes are heel strike, midfoot strike, and forefoot strike. Heel striking has been villainized since the release of the fantastic book Born to Run by Christopher McDougall. While I highly recommend this book for its entertainment value, and the great insights into little-known running cultures that it provides, the cultural impact of this book has, in many ways, been unfortunate. Born to Run inspired everyday Americans to ditch their normal running shoes in a misguided movement towards minimalist footwear. Many runners tried to forcibly change their running form away from heel striking by wearing so-called natural or minimalist footwear. While using minimalist footwear and focusing on how you land with each step can be a very good thing when done appropriately, many runners only found pain and suffering making a dramatic change like this too quickly. Now, years after Born to Run was originally published, marketing trends are swinging the other direction. Chunky, high-platform shoes are now the trend. This thick style of shoe is considered faster than minimalist shoes due to improvements in foam technology. Unfortunately, thick shoes do not promote good running form. They encourage heel striking, and they should be used in moderation. Heel striking is the most common way for athletes to run at easy paces. It is natural that as you speed up, you shift to a more midfoot strike. And once you reach top speeds, you will naturally be forefoot striking. Take a look at professional runners running in slow motion, and you will see that many of them heel strike, even at faster speeds. If it is not slowing them down, it most likely will not slow you down either. That said, midfoot striking is considered more biomechanically ideal. Midfoot striking is considered the ideal way to land for all but the fastest paces. How you land will vary greatly based on not just how fast you are running, but also what kind of footwear you are wearing. The best runners vary the styles of footwear that they are wearing depending on the goal of the run. Varying footwear ensures you do not land in the same way every single step, and therefore distribute the impact forces and conditioning benefits of running more evenly. Does cadence matter? In general, when you run slower, you will have a slower cadence. And when you run faster, you will have a faster cadence. There is no magic cadence number that you want to hit for all running paces, or for any specific pace either. There is a myth that 180 steps per minute is the ideal cadence for all speeds. This is simply not true. The myth of 180 steps per minute being the magic number comes from an observation during a professional race in which all of the competitors ran about 180 steps per minute. The problem is, they were all going at a very fast speed in this race. When these professional runners go out for easy jogs, they're certainly not running as quickly as 180 steps per minute. Your cadence is also affected by your individual height. Shorter runners have faster cadence typically for the same speed. This is because, due to their shorter legs, they need to take more steps per minute than a taller, longer-legged athlete does to go the same speed. Do not focus on your specific steps per minute rate. Instead, focus on running with quick and light steps. Avoid running with long and bounding strides. When your coach tells you to run slow or run easy, you may find it more helpful to think of running lightly. Run like you are running on ice or on eggshells you do not want to break. Keep your arms moving quickly, and your legs will follow. Often these tricks help keep your cadence quick and light when you are tiring in a challenging run. Should I intentionally change my running form? In general, no. Do not force change in your movement patterns. When it comes to adults, your form is the result of your lifetime of growth, movement, and injury. The way you move is unique to you. Run in the way that feels most natural and most efficient to you. That may look very different from others, and that is okay. Purposely changing your form typically results in a decrease in your running efficiency. When you change one aspect of your form for the better, you are likely in turn being less efficient in another area. The change you are trying to implement will not be natural to you. Do caring friends point out odd things about your running style? Those may be worth a closer look, but they also may be totally fine. Remember, you are a unique human with a unique anatomy and biomechanics. Many very talented runners have odd running form. Have you repeatedly been injured from running? As a coach, I would assert your running form is likely not the reason for your injury. I believe most injuries come from doing too hard of training or from getting inadequate rest, recovery, and nutrition. Look at these factors of your training critically before attempting to make any major changes to your running form. How to naturally improve your running form. The best way to improve your form as a distance runner is through natural adoption of better form over time. Incorporate the following list of activities into your regular training to better your form. Run more frequently and with less fatigue. Gradually increase your number of days per week spent running in your total weekly mileage. Your body will naturally find its best running form as you run more frequently. Perform warm-up drills at least once a week. Practicing warm-up drills which isolate one aspect of running form, such as high knees and butt kicks, will improve your muscle memory for running with a more efficient form. Regularly perform speed work and strides. Running faster paces encourages you to run with a better and more economical form. Running fast gets you on your midfoot and your forefoot as you run. It makes you run with a faster cadence. To run workouts well and push yourself to your limit, you must run with your best form. When you regularly perform speed work, the benefits of your form will extend beyond just the workout. You will incorporate the positive form changes in your everyday, easy, and long runs as well. Run hills, especially uphill. Running uphill and downhill forces you to recruit different muscle fibers and movement patterns on your run, thereby making you a stronger and a more resilient runner. Running uphill specifically helps improve running form because it encourages you to run more on your mid to forefoot, drive your arms, and maintain a tall posture. Incorporate core and upper body strength. Incorporating strength exercises into your weekly routine will give you the muscular endurance to maintain good running form, even in the later stages of races and workouts when you are getting tired. Avoid habits that can hinder your running form. Avoid carrying things when you run that will cause an uneven weight distribution on your body and therefore force you to make subtle adjustments in your form. Unless absolutely necessary, avoid wearing cell phone holder armbands, running with your phone in your hand, running with water bottles in your hands. Running backpacks and vests should also be avoided as much as possible. While carrying these things is often necessary, you should leave them at home and try to run unencumbered during fast workouts and long runs. An exception for this would be for ultramarathon runners who plan to carry gear with them during their event. In this case, it is good to train with your gear on. However, for athletes training for distances, the marathon and under, running with minimal gear should be your main way of getting out the door and running. Form cues to remember. As you tire over a challenging run or race, it is natural for your form to degrade. Often it is those who are best able to keep running with efficient form who are triumphant at the finish line. Here are cues to remember when you notice your form getting sloppy. These are also good cues to recall when practicing strides and other form drills. Your head. Keep it level and look forward. Relax your face and your lower lip. Smile a bit when it gets hard. This will help you breathe better. Your shoulders. Keep them relaxed and over your hips. Your back should be straight up and down, not hunched forward or back. Think to yourself, run tall. Your pelvis. Keep your pelvis upright and in line with your back and shoulders. This will help you lift your knees higher and more powerfully as you run. Again, think run tall. Do not tip your pelvis forward or backward. Your hands. Keep them in loose fists. Pretend you are holding potato chips between your fingers that you do not want to crush. Your arms. Swing them lightly, with your elbows at a 90-degree angle along your sides. Keep your arms relaxed and moving quickly. Your leg speed matches your arm speed. You can often speed up by pumping your arms faster. Lastly, your feet. Try to land with your feet under your body. Do not overextend your feet. Think quick, light steps instead of long, bounding strides. Thanks for listening to this chapter from the audiobook of Run Faster Marathons, The Proven Path to PR. If you enjoyed this sample chapter, you can check out the full version of the book. It's going to be released on Amazon.com, Audible, and on iTunes in March of 2024. Just search for Run Faster Marathons by Chris Knighton, and I'm sure you'll find it. All right, that's all I got for you this week. I hope that your running is going well, and until next time, bye.